Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. Please continue to pray for me. I had a dream last night. In the dream, I won a good amount of money on a reality TV show, but I can't remember what the show was all about. I can only remember that it involved doing something that I like. It wasn't something that I needed to push through. But that's good because a lot of times I have dreams at night and they later come true. Good and bad dreams that I've had at night have ended up coming to pass. And I first noticed this when I was 8 years old, actually. I was living with my parents, obviously, and one night I dreamt that the three of us had gone out to lunch or something like that, and we all needed to go to the bathroom really badly. All three of us. In the dream, I dreamt that we pulled into a Kmart. This was back in mid 1990s when Kmart was all the rage. And the three of us had made a mad dash to the bathroom at Kmart. And I woke up, and I didn't think very much of it. I don't think I even told anybody about the dream. I wish I had, because just a few days later, it was Saturday, and my family and I went out to lunch, and all of us were all of a sudden wanting to use the bathroom. We asked each other, where the nearest bathroom is, and I looked up. I said, "Well, there's that Kmart over there." I didn't even think about my dream when I said it. I just happened to see a Kmart, and I said, "Well, there's Kmart over there." And it was only after I said it did I realize that just a few nights earlier, I had dreamt that all of us had made a mad dash to the bathroom in Kmart. And we pulled into the Kmart, and sure enough, we made a mad dash to the bathroom, almost like it had happened just a few nights earlier in my dream. And I told my parents that they didn't believe me. I was 8 years old at the time, and I thought that's what dreams were all about. They were about predicting the future. And that wasn't the only time that I had predicted the future in my dreams. I I started going to college part time early in my life. Actually, I would dream about various things that would happen at the college campus, and they would come to pass. I started collecting coins when I was 12 years old. One night, I had a dream that my mom had taken me to a bank that was outside of our normal place for some reason, and I had gone into the bank and found a whole row of silver coins. A few days later, my mom goes shopping at a department store. She's taking her sweet old time. I decided to walk next door to the bank to get a roll of coins, and sure enough, all the coins were silver. And my mom didn't believe that I had dreamt that the night before, and a lot of things like that would happen. In 2019, I was grappling with binge eating disorder. I still am, actually. I'm still running into a lot of drama. You see, a lot of people don't understand binge eating disorder. The way I like to think of it, the way I like to describe it is that I would get locked onto eating something, and it would be very difficult for me to pivot away from that. So, for example, I would think about what I want to eat after work. Maybe I had a very stressful day. For all sorts of reasons, I might have stressful days that make me want to go home and eat something. I go home, and the food disappears. My roommate accidentally took it. It had expired for some reason, right? Or maybe I was going to pick it up on the way home. Uh-oh, the store sold out, right? I was thinking about going to Five Guys after work, and for some reason, the Five Guys closes, right? They had an employee who had COVID, or whatever the situation is. I would have a very difficult time pivoting away from the concept of what I was wanting to eat. And it would cause all sorts of bizarre havoc in my life. I hate to go into the details here because I am running into a conflict with that I need to resolve at the moment. But anyways, 2019, I was grappling with that, and I had ruined an entire vacation over stuff like that. What had happened was I had gone to Macau. I didn't realize that Macau wouldn't have a lot of Asian cultures that I've been to, Japan, Taiwan. They have a lot of things that I like, and I didn't realize Macau was completely different. Macau's a gambling town. It's a place where people go to sin. They don't go to eat healthy foods. I didn't realize that. I know better now, and I ruined the entire trip. So after I had come home from that, I had a dream one night. I dreamt that I was at another computer gaming conference, and in the dream, my ex girlfriend was there too. She studies computer science, but she was there with her new boyfriend. and I uh, I was getting ready to board an elevator, and I held the door for the two of them. And as my ex-girlfriend and her new boyfriend, or maybe her new husband, approached the elevator, she turns to tell him, "Hey, don't get into the elevator with this guy. He has a disease. We'll wait for the next one." And I woke up shaking. I think I had this dream in late 2019. I woke up shaking, and so in 2020, I made a resolution that I needed to work on my eating disorders. Well, 5 years later, I still have residual problems from that. Not as badly as I did in 2020, obviously, but I, uh, I woke up shaking, and every time I had difficulties with binge eating problems, I thought about what she had said in the dream, and I resolved to take care of that. Well, a few months later, nobody was getting into elevators with anybody else because of the disease, and I can't believe I predicted that in my dream. A few weeks after that, I dreamt that I had gone to my favorite coin shop, and he was just giving all his stuff away. It turns out the market price of silver had gone into some negative number, and he said that if the government caught him with silver, they would fine him. So he had to give it away. And he says, "I wish you the best of luck finding somewhere to hide it." Something to that effect. I had a favorite vantage point for viewing stargazing events at the time. So I loaded my car and I headed out to Ellensburg, Washington, where I used to love to do stargazing. I was going to hide the silver there until things blew over, because I knew silver would eventually go back to a good positive number. And I woke up from the dream. I must have had millions of dollars worth of silver, or negative $1 million worth of silver. And I woke up from the dream. And I turned on the news, and oil prices had gone negative. And so I predict a lot of things in my dream. I got to be careful, though. I had another dream that I got to be careful about it coming to pass. I'm a big fan of season one of winner, Polish Idol season one winner, Evelina Falenta. And I actually am Facebook friends with her, if you can believe it. And we chat from time to time, not often, but from time to time. And in 2022, during Lent, well, actually, is today the beginning of Lent? Yeah, today is the beginning of Lent. But I made a resolution to quit masturbating for 40 days for Lent in 2022. And I didn't make it 40 days that time. I eventually did quit for a number of days. Actually, it wasn't during Lent that this happened. I didn't make it. But after Lent had ended, I decided to do it again. And I actually did make it 40 days and beyond that time. And then I had a dream about Evelina Falenta. And in the dream, I had gotten her pregnant with 10 babies. And for some reason, I wasn't too concerned about it, though. I swear I don't want to have children. I really don't. But in the dream, I wasn't too concerned, and we were having a good time. I had to push her around in a wheelchair, but we were having a good time, and we were thinking about our future and all that. And then I woke up, and then I realized that, oh my God, because every dream I've ever had at night has come to pass. Some of them happen overnight. Others take a few years to happen, right? But every dream I have ever had has come to pass in some light, right? So I started to get really concerned, and so I'm a little bit concerned because for some reason Evelina Falenta likes me. She talks to me. In fact, a lot of times I get on Facebook they show you the who was most engaged with talking to various celebrities. Often it's me with her. And one day while talking to her, I had dropped an L-bomb. I was sleep deprived. I was working on a project. I was sleep deprived. I was talking to Evelina Falenta. I dropped the L-bomb, and to my surprise, I didn't even realize what she had responded to until the next day. I was so disoriented. I was working on my art projects. The next day, I realized she had responded positively to that. It gave me a lot of concern because I worried my dream would come to pass. In fact, last summer I was thinking about traveling to Poland, but I kind of decided against it because of what had happened in the dream and what had happened when I was talking to Evelina Falenta. I didn't want that dream to come to pass, at least not yet. Eventually, when I'm ready for having 10 children, maybe. But it gave me a lot of concern. And so I don't know. It might come to pass. Maybe I'll have 10 babies with somebody else, but all of my dreams eventually rhyme in one regard or another. So it gives me a lot of concern. But last night I dreamt I made a lot of money on a reality TV show. So we'll see. I don't think I'll ever be on reality TV, but I might make a lot of money on my art projects, right? That would be the equivalent. Most of my dreams don't 100% come to pass, but they usually rhyme in one way or another. This is the Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum. The Peter Dislike Show. Bum 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 bum.